I honestly felt like Lomachenko won when I was at the arena. I went back and rewatched the fight on TV, and I still felt Lomachenko either edged it or I really scored it like a draw. Like I had it like 6-6 apiece.
That's what I scored it as I was watching on TV, Shakur, and that's where I had it. I had it six apiece, 114, 114.
Yep. But the thing was, Lomachenko landed like the cleaner shot, so it was like easier to give the rounds that he
Right.
won. And with Devin, he wasn't landing clean shots, but he landed like the body shots.
Right. I think the rounds that Loma won were much more decisive, and the ones that Devin won were very close and probably could have went either way. That's the way I
Either
felt
way,
at least.
yeah, I agree with that. That's why I say either Loma edged it or it's a draw.
It was a good night for, well, maybe not a good night for boxing, I guess, because then you have a lot of people who are saying, hey, another, more BS in boxing. But just the athletes, it was a good night of boxing, right? I mean, that was some high level fighting in there, wasn't it?
I think that was a great night of boxing. Just because everybody don't agree with the decision, it's still great for like our fans and our sport to have like the big fights happen. So I'm excited. I can't wait to be a part of it too.
So talk to me about what happened after the fight, because I know you're in the ring and Devin was seemingly nowhere to be found. So what happened? What was supposed to happen? And from your perspective, why did Devin leave?
I think it was a lot of BS going on. Like I don't jump in the ring or do nothing like that usually. Like
Right.
that's not like my character. That's not. But Devin, last time I fought, they said Devin had sent a text message during my fight talking about he's staying at the weight. So it's like he's throwing a subliminal at me. And then his dad keep going on the air and keep talking crazy about me. So I'm like, okay, let me go pull up. Like at their fight and let's
Right.
see the same energy. So I got in the ring. When I got in the ring, I'm just standing there. I'm just looking at him, like giving him that look, like let him know, like what I'm on. And when I give him that look, I guess everybody picked up the picture, and it became like a big meme, and the whole world started going crazy. But it just like me, just I was dialed in, and then we had a little interaction with each other. He said, I'm number one. But he like walked out the ring, and like when he's saying it, I'm like, yeah, for now, like let him know, like you number one for now. Like I agree, he's number one because he got all the belts. You can't
Right.
get away from him. But my time coming.
I mean, that's the fight, right? I know, obviously, the Tank's there, of course. I mean, it seems like people want to see you and Devin fight and do that soon.
I think both fights is the fights. I think both fights is great fights. Honestly, I think me and Tank is like a bigger fight,
Hmm.
but I think me and Dev is like the fight where I can establish who I am as a fighter.
Yeah. Are you worried? Well, I'm sure worried's not the right word. Are you concerned he might go up to 140 though and leave the lightweight class behind and that fight doesn't happen, Shakur?
Even if he do, I think it's only right me and Lomachenko fight each other. I feel like Lomachenko just showed like the world how he's not
He's
he's
not
not
washed, right?
he's not washed. He's not washed up. So now that we know that, I think like it's only right. Okay, now throw me in there with him and let's see. If I'm the truth, I keep saying that I'm the truth.
Yeah, I mean it's an exciting time, right? There are so many good fights, like you said. You and Loma, you and Tank, you and Devin and Tank. I mean, there are so many great fights to make, aren't there?
Now it's definitely some great fights to make, but I think that's how I should go if Devin decides to move up. If he stay, I think me and Devin should fight next, and that should happen next. But if he don't stay, if he decide to go to 140, I think me and Lomachenko should bang it out. I think that's the big fight, and the world get to see who I truly am, how special I am.
Do you feel like you still have to prove to people? I'm listening to, I think it was Stephen A. Smith the other day, and he was saying, "Oh, I don't know if Shakur's there yet." But you're older than Devin, right? You're like a year older than Devin or so. He was sort of questioning whether or not you were ready. Do you hear that from people? And are you looking for that signature victory to show people like, hey, I'm not a prospect anymore. Like I'm that guy. I'm him.
Nah, for sure. Stephen A. Smith is a great at basketball. He knows basketball real well. if you're talking boxing, you want to ask somebody more like a Max Kellerman.
Right.
Max Kellerman to tell you the truth. He's been studying boxing for years. So Stephen A. don't really know what's going on. So when he say that, you can't take his opinion and put it up here because his opinion is not valid. But yeah, I'm ready to show the world. Like I just told you, I'm ready to fight whoever, whenever. Like I'm ready to fight any of these guys, and I'm ready to prove myself. I feel like I proved myself at other weight classes. I
Yes.
proved who I am at every other weight class I've been in. So now we at 135. My energy is not going to switch with none of these dudes. My energy is still the same energy that I had at 126, 130, because I know who I am.
Because there's question whether Devin actually won that fight, and a lot of people think he didn't, obviously, is it only right that he stays and actually proves that he is the number one guy in the division? I know he's got the belts, but a lot of people think he shouldn't have the belts. Is there still unfinished business for him here in at the 135 weight class?
For sure, but I mean, I'm not gonna take away the fact that cutting weight. I know how that feels. Like I know how I feel to cut weight. So if he can't make the weight and he don't feel the same, then just go up. But if it was me and if I was in his shoes, I would have to rematch. Like I would have to show the world that dude can't fuck with me. Like that's how I would do it. And then I'll probably fight Shakur if I can make the weight. If not, I'll just go up.
No, absolutely. I think that's the feeling that a lot of people have. What's the chances that one of these fights happens for you next, Shakur, or in the near future? Either you and Loma or Devin or even Tank. What are the chances that happens? Because you know how the boxing fan always feels like the big fight, it hardly ever happens as bad as the fans want it.
Well, I mean, that's the fans that have been following my career that know like my career, know any weight class I go to, I'm going for the action. I'm going for the smoke. I don't duck and dodge no smoke. So realistically, these fights can happen in the next couple months.
Wow.
My signature will be signed on the paper if the deal is presented the right way. So at the end of the day, if you follow my career, you know I'm the truth and I'm going to keep standing on what I've been standing on.